What's going on, people? It is Irish Connor HD here. You can call me Irish, and today you're just going to be watching some random kind of assorted clips of stuff that I've managed to capture from Battlefield 4. The reason that I haven't really posted any full entire gameplay so far is because I'm not really able to get many full entire gameplays for one reason or another. But that's basically what I'll be talking about in today's video. I'm basically going to do a State of the Union style state of the game as far as I can tell, for this, what is it now? It came out on March it's about a month old now, the game, and it's had its ups and its downs, mainly downs, as most people probably know. But from my experience, I thought I'd talk about I've done my experiences from the start, as far as I couldn't ever play it. It was all frame droppy and laggy and stuff like that. But it seems to have improved a little bit. For the most part, it still is fairly laggy and stuff like that. But basically what I've noticed is that the outside, the big outdoorsy maps, they still have crazy lag problems. They still have just stupid, not so much lag as in oh, I get shot run around the corner. I do, but mainly frame drops. Literally the frame drops happen on Operation Locker and the kind of smaller maps. But it's really prevalent on the outside maps. It's really a lot more noticeable. I'm starting to even wonder if the game is just too good for my PC, but I know it can't be, because I know that it does most of the time, 90% of the time, it's when it's running well, it's running really well. Do you know what I mean? It's only running well probably maybe 55-60% of the time that I'm playing it, but when it is running well, it's running really, really well on medium-ish settings. And then bump it down to low and it's it's flawless, it's smooth as hell. But just those kind of random frame drops and stuff like that, they still happen, and they still happen in general, but they still also happen a lot more on the bigger maps, which is really frustrating. What you might have seen there on the kill, where the guy ran around the corner even though I was completely ready for him and killed me, that seems to happen a lot as well. That's something that I noticed quite a bit, and my PC fan just turned on in the background, so apologise if you can hear about that. It's still the broken one. Yeah, it's whatever about the lag again, and the getting killed around as you run around corners. The amount of times that, okay, so it's the time to kill in the game. So the time to kill in Battlefield 4 is really, really quick. It's really, really short. For whatever reason, I think that's part of EA's plan to bring the Call of Duty fans in, to just make the game a lot more fast-paced, a lot more easier to kill people. I'm assuming that has to have something to do with that, because Battlefield 3's was perfect to me, and this is just way too fast. But what I was going to say was, just way too often, I get the jump on a guy, and maybe my aim isn't as perfect as it is, but I have a good second or two's head start. Say he's running around the corner looking at the ground, and I start firing. Say for example, it's happened before, we turns out we were using the same weapon or the same loadout, say an AEK or something like that. So the guy turns in the corner, he's one of these guys that looks at the ground when he runs, and he's coming around the corner, and I'm fully ready for him. I start firing, fair enough, because I'm using this crappy little laptop mouse. I haven't got the best aim in the world right now, so I miss a couple of shots, but I get it back on target. But by the time I've gotten it back on target, he's looked up, he's realised he's been hit, looked up, and been able to waste me. That to me is not really fair. If I miss a couple of shots, I shouldn't be penalised with it, or I shouldn't be penalised by just complete death, not having any chance whatsoever. And it happens way too often. I come around the corners and I'm getting beaten out by, what was the one that happened yesterday actually? It was, I was using an AEK and the other guy was using a Scar H. Came around the corner, I had to jump on him, I started firing first, I got killed first. Is that the one-hit bug that everyone's talking about? Possibly. He probably did that one-hit bug headshot thing, because this was before the patch, which I'll get to in a second. But it just seems really kind of unfair. It doesn't reward good players, and it doesn't what's the word? It doesn't let you away with slight mistakes or slight aiming issues which Battlefield 3 did. You could lose your aim in Battlefield 3, but still, because the time to kill was a lot slower, the guy wouldn't have just wasted you in 2 or 3 bullets before you could get back on target again and have a fighting chance. But yeah, that's just something I know. So another thing is, the games are hilariously lopsided, and I don't mean oh, I joined one server yesterday and it was a clan against a load of randoms. I mean, that happens a lot actually. That's one of the main reasons for it. But I mean, just every single game I play, 9 out of 10 games that I play, we win, and it's not. I think Rival X Factor's talked about this before, where it's Rush that he finds it to be the case in the most. But I swear to God, it's in like every game mode on every map that I've personally experienced. Like you win by like 3, 4, 5, 600 plus tickets, or you lose by that. It's never like, okay. In fairness, I just did play a game where we lost by 100 tickets, and it came down to the last like minute or two, where it was we were in the lead, then they brought it back to being a tie, and then they started capturing more bases with about a minute to go, and we lost by about 100 tickets. But even so, 100 tickets isn't that close. Like if you're playing on a 300 ticket server, that's not close. In the grand scheme of things, in like an 800, 900 ticket server, 1,000 ticket server, yeah, 100, you've probably pushed them quite close. But it's literally, for the most part, it's like, as I say, 3, 4, 5, 500 plus tickets is the lead that the winning team has. And it's just, you feel kind of like, for me personally, I just feel like, oh God, like that wasn't close at all. That wasn't fun when I win. And then when I lose, it's like, for fuck's sake, like, well, why was that so, like, that's ridiculous. We lost by 600 tickets or whatever. That's something that stands out a lot. Like, that's the main thing that I've been noticing. At the end of games, it's just a ridiculous gap between the two teams. As far as weapon balance go, I don't even want to, like, I said in a video before that I wanted to touch on gun reviews, maybe do like some of my favourite guns, like the AUG or whatever, do like a once off or a twice off special gun review kind of thing. But I really don't think that I should do that, and I really don't think people that do them should be doing them until all these kind of time to kill issues and one hit kill issues, I think, until they're all worn out, I don't think I'll be touching them, because it's too unreliable. I'm so frustrated with certain weapons. But on the other hand, I'm so, like, I know that they aren't as bad as they seem to be. Like, they're not as bad as they're performing. It's just, I'm getting beaten in close range, and I'm getting beaten at long range by things that just shouldn't be beating me at close range and long range. So that's that. But as it is, today is the 3rd of the 12th, and we got the China Rising DLC and the patch for that today. I didn't personally get the DLC now, because I haven't got premium yet. That's actually another thing. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to get it, because it's really, really not worth the money at this stage, the way the game is, in my opinion. But yeah, so with the patch that came with it, they were meant to be addressing a load of things. Most importantly for me was the EMP bug. Well, I say most importantly, not really most importantly, but like high up there on the list was the EMP blur, red, green, blue effect thing that happened when the enemy commander was EMPing you. That's apparently been fixed. I haven't actually experienced that yet. You just seen a flash of it there in the video if you were watching closely. But apparently the one hit kill bug hasn't been fixed, and I did just play a couple of games before I played this, or before I did this commentary, sorry. And just in the video, we're ending on me knifing the high value target, which I thought was funny. Yeah, so apparently the patch did absolutely nothing. I don't know what exactly the deal is, but apparently whatever they were meant to do with the patch as far as the one hit kill bug goes, from my personal experience, I don't think it's gone. I played a couple of games in Operation Locker, close quarters, action stuff, and it was definitely not gone. But again, time will tell. We can look into it a bit further and see. I think that's about it. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.